Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in this world. I'm Double Dragon 912, also known as DJ Unity, and today, I am doing my top 10 favorite video game consoles of all time. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I ain't got to explain much about video game consoles. It's what I grew up on, and I know it's what a lot of you guys and girls that tune in with me, y'all grew up on it too. But ladies and gentlemen, these are my top 10. What I want you guys and girls to do, put your top 10 favorite video game consoles down there in the comment section for me. I will greatly appreciate that. That would do me a huge favor because I like to talk to you guys and girls. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's get into this. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 10 has to be Xbox One. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be the first to tell you that I'm not a big Xbox fan. I ain't gonna lie to you. Never was. Only the reason why I got me an Xbox One was for this game right here that you probably seen playing in the background. Killer Instinct. Love me some Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct is one of my favorite fighting game series of all time. I love me some Killer Instinct. Yes. I remember when I was working at a retail spot back in the day, and they ended up giving us bonuses, and I took my whole bonus check and went to GameStop. Shouts out to GameStop back then, and bought me an Xbox One. I even bought the VCR version because at first I was not gonna get an Xbox One. If you didn't know, y'all know my gamers out there. Xbox One had all that DRM policy where they had to check in every 24 hours and all that crazy stuff that Don Mattress was doing. Pretty much almost destroyed Microsoft. And you know, I always wasn't a big Xbox fan in the first place. So what made me, like I said, what made me get Xbox One was the Killer Instinct. And then, you know, I had already played Gears of War and Halo, but Killer Instinct, ladies and gentlemen, by being a Microsoft exclusive, that's why I got me an Xbox, man. I love me Killer Instinct that much. But besides that, ladies and gentlemen, the Xbox One does, like, that was one of the first, I ain't gonna say that because PlayStation and what's calling them, they kind of did that first, but they really, during the PlayStation 4 era, they really adopted that backwards compatibility thing, and they really try to go full throttle into it, and I have to give them credit on that. A lot of your Xbox games, all you had to do is pop them into the system, and bam, next thing you know, they worked. Not all of them work, but a lot of them did work, and not only does they work, but I give them credit, they enhanced them. You know, for you graphics heads out there, they upscaled them to, you know, 4K resolutions, and then the 120 frames per second. They really went full throttle in on backwards compatibility. I give them credit on that. And the Xbox One, besides a rocket start, it ended up being a pretty great system because after they did all that debacle with the you know, that DRM policy, they reversed everything. All you had to do, hook up your Xbox One to the internet one time and plug it in, and next thing you know, all that crap is gone and it works like a regular system. But I give Phil Spencer credit. He came in with a mess, and he took what he had and did the best he could with it. Now Xbox One, Microsoft is doing a lot better than they was. I give him that. But yeah, coming in, I'm talking too much. Coming in at number 10 has to be the Xbox One.
You can't run from fate, but you should have tried.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 9 on my top 10 favorite video game consoles of all time has to be the Xbox 360. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I did not end up getting a 360 to dang near when the Xbox One came out. I think I got my 360 a year before the Xbox One came out. Like I told you, I wasn't a big Xbox fan. What got me into Xbox was I remember my younger brother and going over my friends at the time's house, and they loved playing some Halo. Lost the lead, gained the lead, running riot. Y'all know what I'm talking about. My Halo fans know what I'm talking about. And that what really got me the Xbox, the Halo series. Be honest with you guys, I don't think I only beat one Halo. That was the first Halo. But after that, I always used to play offline multiplayer with my friends. It was just the funnest thing to play. We used to play this mode called Rocket Launchers Only, and you know, all different type of team battles and just online fun. Split screen co-op was where it was at. That's why when, you know, these new Halos came out, they took away split screen co-op on Halo 5. That's why I kind of fell off on the Halo series. But that's neither here nor there. It's supposed to be positive. My bad, y'all. Halo series, Gears of War series. Don't get me wrong, Gears of War series. The first 3 was amazing. Some sad moments in there, but man, Marcus Phoenix, scratch one grub. That game is awesome. Love the Gears of War series. But Halo and Gears of War what really got me into Xbox. And then I give Xbox credit back in the day. Xbox had a lot of exclusive shoot 'em ups. Y'all know I'm a huge shoot 'em up fans. But back then, Xbox 360, I give them credit. They was really trying to get that Japanese market. Because you saw a lot of shoot 'em ups over there on the 360. There's still some out there that came out of Japan only that you can't even get. I remember I got Akai Katana. Now I know how to pronounce that. Shout out to Radical Reggie. I got Akai Katana first on 360. I got Death Smiles first on 360. KOF Sky Stage. I haven't seen it on another console yet. I mean, all type of shoot 'em ups. Xbox 360 was the shoot 'em up console, and then they had some exclusive JRPGs at the time. They had what was it? Lost Odyssey. Guy that used to make Final Fantasy, he helped did that. And I got that over there. Never played it, but you know it looked good. What else they got? Last Remnant. Now that's on every other console now, but that was a good one. What else they had at the time? Blue Dragon. That's still an Xbox exclusive. See. Back in the day, 360 was really trying to get that Japanese market, and I don't know what happened. They should have kept doing that because they was gaining ground. Because they had some exclusives that you couldn't even get on PlayStation or even Nintendo, and they were tight, man. I give 360 credit. They had a little exclusive thing. I still to this day got some exclusive shooters on not PS3. I'm tripping on Xbox 360. So, man, 360. Even though I was late to the party, I gotta give it credit. I gotta give credit what credit due. It's a great system to have. I hate they finna shut down the store in July. That's effed up, but it is what it is. And I noticed that a lot of 360 fans ain't really protesting. I'll be tearing up everything to protest, just like we did for PlayStation. I keep saying we, my bad. Like Sony fans, like myself, did for PlayStation 3. We need to protest about that, but ain't nobody really talk about it online. I guess it is what it is, though. Anyways, coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 9 has to be the Xbox 360. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we wind this thing down. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 8 has to be the PlayStation 4. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the PlayStation 4 is still to this day an amazing console. They are still supporting it. People still making games off of it. I don't think Sony doing much with it, but a lot of people are still making great games off the PS4. PS4 did everything right. Let me tell you how the PS4 ended up being so popular. The Xbox One was such a debacle. All PlayStation had to do is just, you know how you do, just wait your turn, chill, and they did that the biggest thing ever. They could have dropped the mic on. This is how you trade your games on PS4. Thanks, PlayStation. Bam! Everybody said it. I remember my friend David. He was an Xbox fan. He came there and said, "What he said to me? He said, well, Double Dragon, it's official. I'm I'm gonna get me a PlayStation 4. I said, wow, this is a diehard 360 fan, and he just switched that quick. And they lost a lot of customers for what they did with that. But anyway, that's beside the point. I need to talk about all the huge games they had. Y'all know one of my favorite games of all time is on that Persona 5, Persona 5 The Royal. I still collect for the PS4. It's a great time. If you're a collector like me, it's a great time to collect for the PS4 because these games are getting pretty cheap. What else I got for the PS4? You know, all the Call of Duties. I can keep going. There's so many great games on the PS4. Blaze Blue, Cross Tag Battle. These are multiplayer too. What else we got? Dragon Ball Fighter Z. I mean, there was so many great games on the PS4, and they still bringing out games on the PS4. Just Sony did everything right with the PS4. Only thing they did wrong with the PS4, in my opinion, they didn't have backwards compatibility. If they had did that, man, shoot, PS4 probably be one of the, if not the close to one of the greatest consoles of all time. But it does make my list because my PS4 is amazing. I love it. Still got it to this day. Still collect for it to this day. What else can be said about the PS4 besides this amazing system, ladies and gentlemen? If you haven't got one, great time to get one and start collecting for it. Because I don't think the retail market is going out of control yet for the PS4 as far as collecting goes. But yeah, coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 8 has to be the PS4. Y'all, we can get we'll find out. Nope. This
We should have done it.
Just win. Oh, y'all weak against fire. Okay. Go ahead, on. Do your thing, girl.
Let's see that again, Panther. Let's do this. Dance, Carmen. Watch him out. You're so gorgeous, Panther.
Let's see. Lend me your power, homie. But let me ask you something that has been running in my head for a while. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're moving this countdown along. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 7 has to be the PlayStation 3. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the PS3, when I first got my PS3, shout out to my second youngest brother. He hooked me up with this. I remember I was going to one of my brother's games, and he just said, Double Dragon, go look in the, you know, we was hanging out at his apartment. He said, Double Dragon, go look in the bathtub over there. And I said, okay. I looked in the bathtub. It was a brand new 60 gig PS3. I was like, bro, for real? He's like, yeah, I got you, Double Dragon. I said, man, thank you, brother, thank you. I gave him a hug and everything. I told him thank you. And I remember one of the first games I got for the PS3 was MLB The Show 07. And that game looks amazing. To this day, it still looks amazing, ladies and gentlemen. Some of the best, I ain't a graphics head, but some of the best looking graphics was on the PS3. You know, they had MLB The Show, Resistance, Fall of Man, what else they had? Heavenly Sword, all kind of type of exclusives. And I was out there by myself, ladies and gentlemen. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't have a YouTube channel back then, but if I did, boy, it would have been rough on me because a lot of folks hated the PS3. But man, it cost so much crap. I remember I was working at Blockbuster at the time. You know, that's how old this was. Blockbuster ain't even open no more. I remember, man, people used to come in there and bash the PS3, and you know, I was white knighting for Sony, boy. Even my boss, he was a 360 fan. He was like, man, you getting all mad about your one game. All you got is one game. I'm like, all right, man. Whatever. I think it was either Metal Gear Solid 4 or something at the time. I was getting, boy, I was white knighting for Sony, boy. I was fighting that good fight, the console war. I was all into it, ladies and gentlemen. But PS3, like I said, it didn't get much credit because, you know, it started out with that steep price, but then when 2009 hit, they hit that stride. They made Uncharted 2 Game of the Year. Y'all know what I'm talking about back then. The Uncharted series got started there. Last of Us, the first one. We're going to talk about the second one. What else they had? All type of... They still got some exclusives to this day, man. In the PlayStation Network, of what they did have the debacle of the PlayStation Network going down and getting hacked or whatever, that was messed up. But still, PS3 has some amazing games, and they still have some amazing games. That's a good system to collect for too, with the PS3, because that's how great it is. I still have my PS3, man. You know, my first 60 gig went out on me, and I'm getting another one. But man, that's a great system to have. Blu-ray players, well, that's when they first got real popular, thanks to Sony. Play your Blu-ray, your DVD. What else you can play on there? You know, you had YouTube, Netflix, all that stuff was on PS3. It was like having your whole entertainment system in one box, and it was amazing. Love the PS3. To this day, I still play it. Still collect for it when I see a game that I want. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number, what we got here? Number 7? Yeah, number 7 has to be the PS3.
And we are underway here as Ichiro looks at a pitch that misses ball 1.
First pitch, 136.
1-0 pitch now. Bring him up. And a swing and a ball hit well down the left field line, but back into the crowd, foul.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're keeping this countdown rolling. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 6 has to be the PlayStation 2. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, love the PlayStation 2. I got a tight little story with this. I remember when the PS2 first came out, I was in college, first year in college, and then, you know, we get student loan money. You know, they give you money to buy your books with and everything. That was what you're supposed to do. A lot of people don't do that, but I did do the right thing. I bought my books first, but I ended up having some money left over. Now, I remember when the PS2 first came out, my brothers, I never forget this, my 2 younger brothers, I always remember this memory. I told Mom, I said, Mama, let's go to Toys R Us. Toys R Us was the thing back then. And I'm gonna get a PS2, but don't tell my 2 younger brothers. Don't tell them at all. I want to surprise them. And so we got the PS2, and that was so tight. We got it, and Torn and Adam, you know, my 2 younger brothers, they didn't know what was going on. I said, hey bros, I need y'all to come help me get something out of the back. I said, what you mean? Just come back here, help me. Help me get this PS2. They said, what? And their face lit up. What? I was like, yeah, come help me get this PS2. And they were like, for real? And they looked at it and they picked it up and they had it in their hand. It was the biggest. I'll never forget the look on their face that they got when they got that PS2. They was like, thank you, big bro. Thank you, big bro. Love you, big bro. Man. And I remember the first game that we got for the PS2, ladies. We was playing a lot of PS1 games on there, but you know, because that was compatible. But the first game we got on the PS2 was Metal Gear Solid 2. And I remember I was working at the movie theater at the time, and I let them 2 just play it. They just kept playing. They're playing that thing all night long. All night long. All night. Anyway, let me stop being silly. But I remember they got to this part. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. They got to this part where, you know, the game started talking to them like, turn your game console off now. Don't you have something better to do? And my brothers thought something was wrong with the PS2. They were like, man, something wrong with the PS2. Double Dragon, you need to take it back. And then I found out, you know, later on, before I did all that the game, it messes up on you. It not messing on you. Kojima messing with you pretty much. And they was like, no, Double Dragon, big bro, you ain't got to do that. We found out that was just the game messing with us. We finna play all the way through it. They thought, because they had been on it all day, they thought something was going on with the PS2. Those boys, my 2 younger brothers, played that game all day and all night, ladies. While I was at work, they were playing it. They beat it before I did. But yeah, man, great memories on the PS2. Like I said, Metal Gear Solid 2 was an exclusive for the longest. Then you had Capcom versus SNK 2. All the different classic collections they had on the Fatal Fury Battle Archive. That was a late PS2 game. And Persona 3, Persona 4, all that's PS2. Man, so many franchises really got their start on PS2, man. Devil May Cry series, that's PS2. Onimusha, I could keep going, ladies and gentlemen. The PS2 is such an amazing system. I have so many fun memories with the PS2. That's just one of them I just told y'all. But I hope y'all enjoy going down memory lane with me with the PS2. But ladies and gentlemen, collect for it if you can. It's a great system to collect for. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 6 has to be, I'm getting tongue-tied there, the PS2. Moving right along. Moving right along.
Gunfire. Don't touch the steam. One of those blasts from the hole will burn your skin off. You may be able to use it as a trap of some sort, though.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep this party rolling. Keep this countdown rolling. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 5 has to be the PlayStation 1. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this game, this system, great memories on this, but actually it's kind of like a sad, not sad, but I say kind of a bad memory how we got this, but I'm not going to go into that. But I'm going to start with the good part. Now, me and my two brothers, we was inside of, what was it, Toys R Us, and we saw the Saturn right there. We were playing the Sega Saturn, we were playing, what was it, Virtua Fighter. You know, we were like, yeah, we kind of like Virtua Fighter, but then there was a system right beside it. And I think, I didn't know at the time, we were playing Battle Arena Toshinden. And our dad watched us play it, and he saw how our face was looking. We were loving it, like, man, Dad, this thing got weapons on it. Virtua Fighter ain't got weapons. This looks amazing. To this day, we still like Battle Arena Toshinden better than Virtua Fighter. Y'all can at me on that, that's fine. But yeah, he saw us playing it, and then he used to rent. Back then, you could rent stuff for Blockbuster, Movie Gallery. You could rent systems for the weekend, and you can play them. You know, we used to rent PlayStation all the time. We used to play, what was it? Tekken 2. That was one of our favorite. Tekken 2 and all type of games we used to rent and play. But one day, it was Christmas. I never will forget. And our dad brought home for Christmas. He surprised us and he got us a PS1. And that was amazing. Oh, man. One of the first games I got on the PlayStation 1 was King of the Fighters 95. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. And now, I love King of the Fighters 95. My two brothers didn't like it. Let me tell you why it was funny. Because they were like, man, Takuma don't look as big as he did on the Art of Fighting games that we played. I was like, really, y'all? Y'all gonna stop liking the game because of that? They're like, yes, yeah, Double Dragon, we don't like it because of that. That's fine, I get it. But I love the KOF series. I played the dog crap out of KOF, beat Ruger a whole bunch of times, and man, KOF 95 was awesome. And then I was looking for 96, then I realized 96, 97 didn't come out over here. It only came out in Japan. I don't know why SNK did that. Came out of Japan in the arcades. I don't know why it never come out on the consoles over here. But I love the KOF series. But that's another story for another time. PS1 classic, Final Fantasy VII, first RPG that I ever played. If it wasn't from Final Fantasy VII, I would have never played RPGs. I never will forget what got me into Final Fantasy VII was the dude Cloud. He kind of looked like Goku, you know, with that spiky hair. I thought he was a Super Saiyan. That what got me playing Final Fantasy. That's crazy, ain't it? But yeah, that what got me into Final Fantasy. That's why I despise that remake so much. They destroyed the Final Fantasy series. You know, all y'all that like that regarbage, have at it, but I won't play that game. Anyways, I'm getting off subject, but yeah, Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 8. I got a story on that too. What else? Final Fantasy 9. I got it, even though somebody blessed me with that game. I still need to play it. I know, but man, there's so many classics on the PlayStation 1, ladies and gentlemen. It ain't even funny. And there was a lot of imports that came out overseas that we didn't even get. Crazy. Street Fighter Alpha series, Alpha 1, Alpha 2, Alpha 3, all that's on PlayStation. Wow. I mean, just great system to have. 3D graphics, and man, love me some Street Fighter. I mean, PlayStation 1. Siphon, Filter, y'all know about that. I could go all day on all the great games that came out on PS1, but I'm not. I'm going to stop it because I don't want the video to be too long. It's probably already too long already. Forgive me. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 5 has to be PlayStation. Phoenix. Yeah, this is the last game before they butchered them, man. They butchered the Art of Fighting crew after this. They cut their fireballs off where they don't go all the way across the screen. And they made it where Robin them throwing belt buckles instead of fireballs. And yeah, they butchered them after this. I think they didn't get back right where they can throw everything until, to be honest with you, probably KOF What's KOF that was? The newer KOF that came out, KOF 14. They didn't really get them back right until then. Trying to see if I can learn how to do moves for y'all. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we finna get down to the nitty gritty. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 4 has to be the NES. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all didn't think I was gonna leave the classic off there. The NES, ladies and gentlemen, was my first official video game console, and I never will forget our dad. Once again, shout out to Daddy back. He done got us into these video games, and I haven't left him since. First game, one of the games we used to get was Contra, and our dad figured out he went somewhere. I forgot he either got it off of Tips and Tricks book. I don't know where our dad got that code from, but we used to use the Contra code to beat Contra. Up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A star. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Then Double Dragon 2, never beat it. We never beat it together back in the day. Double Dragon 3, OG Double Dragon. Oh, man. Breakthrough. I could keep going, man. Nintendo has so many classic games, ladies and gentlemen, that started on Nintendo and pretty much helped save the video game business. Nintendo, great system, although they was real bullish back in the day. They just tried to take over the gaming market, but man, they had some game for you. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games, you played it in the arcade, then you come home and play it. It may be torn down, but it's still Turtles. You can tell. You like, man, that still look like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. May not look as big as the arcade, but it's still a good game. Oh man, Akari Warriors. I could keep going all day on all of the classic Nintendo franchises. Ninja Gaiden. To this day, I still ain't beat those old school Ninja Gaiden. Yeah, I came close. But woo! Now, ladies and gentlemen, when people start talking about hard games, if they don't ever mention Nintendo hard, they ain't playing no hard games. I don't care what you say. There's hard games out there like the Dark Souls and all that stuff. I can't really speak on them. I'll be honest with you because I ain't played them. But to this day, I still don't think it ain't got none on Nintendo hard. Battletoads, and then Adventures of Bayou Billy. Y'all know what I'm talking about. My Nintendo fan know what I'm talking about. These games will make you break your console. I'm trying to tell you. Hey, go, if y'all can, I have an iCard going by there. Go look at my top 10 hardest games of all time. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm going to leave it there. But ladies and gentlemen, Nintendo, first to do all that Nintendo hard, it's called Nintendo hard for a reason because they put them games on there like that. Woo! But overall, Nintendo is a great console to have. Man, I wish Nintendo stopped being bullies and, be more consumer and gamer friendly. But other than that, Nintendo console, great console to have, ladies and gentlemen. Even the Nintendo Mini off the chain. I got me one of those too, because Nintendo is Nintendo, y'all. They started everything off, in my opinion. Every first console I ever had. But coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 4 has to be the NES. I missed the best weapon on the game. I think I did. Good. You better stop worrying about a weapon. Worry about me. Hey. Best weapon on the game. Kill the boss with 2 hits. Better not use all of that. He learned how to run and crawl up walls into part 2. Yep, told you. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we down to the last 3. We moving it along, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 3 has to be the Sega Dreamcast. It's thinking. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Sega Dreamcast is a great console. Ladies and gentlemen, if Sega hadn't bit off more than they could chew, I to this day still wish Sega was in the console race. I still wish they made consoles, man, because I miss Sega. Sega used to be, they used to make some great consoles. Dreamcast was like one of the, what they call a console before its time, and it had so many great games on it. To this day, you need to play some of them. We got the Soul Calibur series, Shenmue. How can I forget about Shenmue? One of the greatest series of all time. Shenmue 1, Shenmue 2. I could keep going there. The NBA 2K Sports Series, and then the NFL 2K Sports Series. They were innovators. Only thing that was missing from the Dreamcast was the DVD. If they had to put the DVD in there, man, they've been great. But they didn't have, that technology. They had the technology, but they just didn't use it. But, this one the first time I had online consoles. PS2 had online too, but Sega Dreamcast was the first one to do it, in my opinion. They had the modem, I ain't counting PC. You PC games, y'all been doing y'all thing for a long time. This consoles now. So, they had the little modem. I remember we used to play it. My brothers used to be online playing NBA 2K1 and 2K2. You had to plug your phone line into the game, and pretty much nobody could call you at the time. But man, that dial-up, y'all know what I'm talking about, that dial-up connection. My brothers and them used to play it all the time. They used to play that online, NBA 2K with Allen Iverson on the cover, NFL 2K with Randy Moss on the cover. Y'all know what I'm talking about. My old school gamers, I ain't gonna say old school, retro gamers, there you go, that's a better word. Y'all know what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Man, Sega Dreamcast was before its time. It had some great systems. 999. Y'all know what I'm talking about when it first came out. Man, I love the Sega Dreamcast. I never forget. I think my youngest brother, he bought this one. And he was telling me about Shenmue. He put me on Shenmue. And he put me on a great console. Great series. And just the Dreamcast console in itself, man. I had to rebuy me one, but I need to buy me another one just to have one. Because that's how great the Sega Dreamcast is. What more can be said about the Sega Dreamcast than what has already been said? It's just a great console. I advise you, if you can find one, it probably went up in price because this retro market went out of control. Find you one, ladies and gentlemen. Collect games for it. I had to go get back and get Dynamite Cop because I had accidentally gave it away. Didn't even mean to. That's how great that series is. It's a sequel to Die Hard Arcade, but that's just one of the many amazing games that came out on Dreamcast. Zombie Revenge, House of the Dead. I could keep going. That's how many great games the Sega Dreamcast had and still have to this day. Project Justice, exclusive, still only came out on Sega Dreamcast. Capcom, y'all need to get that game out the dungeon and bring it out for real. Remake it or something. Not remake it because they destroy stuff when they remake stuff. Remaster it. How about that? But yeah, coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 3 has to be the Sega Dreamcast. It's thinking.
Strengthen the soul of Maxi. You win! Battle 2, fight!
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're down to the last 2. We're almost there, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you once again for sticking with me for this long. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 2 has to be Sega Genesis, ladies and gentlemen. Love me some Sega Genesis. One of my favorite consoles of all time. That's why I made top 10 on this list. Ladies and gentlemen, the Sega Genesis. I never will forget our dad bought us this one too. Our dad was, thank you, Daddy Mac. You probably gonna see this video. Shouts out to you. You blessed, you and Mom blessed us with a lot of great things growing up. We appreciate it. I appreciate it. I know my 2 younger brothers appreciate it too. But man, he brought this on one day. And I remember one of the first games we played on there was Sonic the Hedgehog. That was great. And Tommy Lasorda baseball. That was great. And then I never will forget, this is one of my favorite members of the favorite memories of the Sega Dreamcast was Streets of Rage 1. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. I remember in the room back in the back, and our dad hooked up that Sega Genesis, and I remember playing Streets of Rage. Man, that was a great game. I remember going in when I was supposed to be asleep. I walked back there in the room where my mom and dad was, and they was actually playing Streets of Rage together. I'll never forget that memory. That's all the time they said, "All right, Senio, Double Dragon, go to bed." I said, "Yeah, man, I got to. I want to watch y'all." They're like, "No, go to bed." I said, "Okay, I'll go to bed." But man, the Sega Genesis to this day has some great games. There was competing against Nintendo, because Nintendo was, they was bullish in the console business. But what they did was to compete, ladies and gentlemen, they did their own thing. Genesis does can't do this on Nintendo. Genesis does. Genesis does. Sega Genesis went out and got the they went out and matched Nintendo with everything, ladies and gentlemen. They went and got Joe Montana, best quarterback of all time, in my opinion. And that is fact. He's the best. At me at that. Anyway, let me stop being silly. Michael Jackson. They went out and got celebrities. Buster Douglas went out and got celebrities to, advertise their console. And they just made so many great games, ladies and gentlemen. My Sega fans out there know. Sega fans, and y'all in the comment section, stand up. You know what I'm saying? Represent y'all Sega. I give Sega fans that, man. I'm a Sega fan myself. They are some of the most passionate fans out there. I give y'all credit. Y'all are passionate. Y'all represent y'all system. I give y'all credit what credit due. Shout out to you Sega fans out there. I'm one myself because I love Sega Genesis. Oh man, or as they call it overseas, Sega Mega Drive. But one of the greatest consoles of all time, ladies and gentlemen. For the longest, I still got a Sega in there. I probably got a Sega Genesis 3 now. I ain't hooked them up in a while, but I need to hook them up and see, make sure everything working on there. I had the OG Sega Genesis. I think it went out on me a few years back. Shit, I had a Sega Game Gear too. That's one of my favorite consoles. Sega was doing their thing, ladies and I give Sega credit, man. Sega Genesis had some of the greatest games of all time on there. I could talk all day about Sega Genesis, but I'm not. I'm just leave it right there, ladies and gentlemen, so we can keep going in this countdown. So coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 2 has to be say it, say it, say it, say it! All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll retry it with Sonic and Knuckles and Sonic 3. I forgot this is like some extra stuff you can do. I haven't played this so long. Whew. Let's have this on point, y'all. I used to. I used to be open. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are down to number 1. Numero uno. Y'all remember that? I like that. Let me stop being silly. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 1 on my top 10 favorite video game consoles of all time is the Super Nintendo. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, after all these years, I still love the Super Nintendo. I got a story behind this one too. Y'all like, come on, Double J, got too many stories. Hopefully y'all like my stories. This is my experience, you know what I'm saying, on my favorite consoles of all time. So this is the story with my Super Nintendo. I remember one day our dad, once again our dad, shout out to him, he had bought a boombox and he had to bring it back to Walmart. And he had to get his money back on it. And he came to the car. We was at, I think it was, Walmart. He came to the car. He asked us. He asked all 3 of us. He said, now, fellas, I got my money back. I could either get another boombox or a Super Nintendo. And we said unanimously, all 3 of us at the same time, like we was in a choir, Super Nintendo! And Dad said, oh, okay. So he got the Super Nintendo. One of the first games we got on there was Super Play Action Football. Off the chain. Now, I'll be honest with you guys and girls. When we got the Super Nintendo, our Sega Genesis didn't get much love. We didn't show it much love like we were supposed to. We did show it love when Street Race 2 and 3 and all this stuff came out, but majority of our attention was on the Super Nintendo. It just had so many great games, ladies and gentlemen. And I didn't even play RPGs back then. I didn't know nothing about them. I was a beat 'em up and fighting game fan. I remember one of the first games we got, like I said, Super Play Action Football. Daddy Mac rented us. We used to rent a lot of games. A lot of games I don't own on Super Nintendo. We used to rent all of them. We used to rent Street Fighter 2. What else we used to rent? I'm trying to remember. A lot of games we used to rent, ladies and gentlemen. Then all the beat 'em ups. I remember Final Fight. That was a atrocity, the Super Nintendo version. How you gonna not make co-op on the game? One of your biggest releases ever. But like I said, if it wasn't for Final Fight doing Super Nintendo doing what they did, we would have never got Streets of Rage. So we appreciate your Final Fight. Thanks to y'all. Sega wanted to have some competition. They made Streets of Rage, which is a much better series in my opinion. That's my opinion though. Anyway, we talking about the Super Nintendo. I remember Final Fight and then all type of awesome games we used to play. The Peacekeepers. We used to play a lot of beat 'em up. Brawl Brothers. See, a lot of folks don't even know nothing about them. I know about them because I own them. I love the Brawl Brothers. See, the Brawl Brothers, Peacekeepers, and what else? Rival Schools. Not Rival School, I'm tripping. Rival Turf. I got my rivals mixed up. And apparently they're supposed to be making a Russian Beat X. Supposed to be coming out this year. I'm looking forward to that. Can't wait to get that one. I love me the whole series, the Beat 'em Up series. That was a great series to have, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let nobody fool you. Maybe some folks, I ain't gonna call the man out because he made me unsubscribe from him because he said he didn't like Brawl Brothers. I said, how you not like Brawl Brothers? Really? Anyways, that's me. Check out the Brawl Brothers series. It's out on Nintendo Switch Online. Check it out. My beat 'em up fans out there, I know y'all out there because y'all watch my channel. I appreciate y'all. Check out Brawl Brothers if you have not already. If you got a Nintendo Switch, you got Nintendo Switch Online, try Brawl Brothers. I think Peacekeepers is on there too. It might be. That's some of the greatest beat 'em ups of all time. Super Nintendo, ladies and gentlemen. How can I forget? I can't believe I forgot this. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4, Turtles in Time. To me, is the best Turtles game ever made, in my opinion. Love Turtles in Time, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, I love that game. It was better than the arcade version. I had a chance to recently play the arcade version because, you know, they came out with the Cowabunga collection. And the Super Nintendo version is still better, in my opinion. It may just have 2 players and not 4-player co-op, but it's still a better game. And oh man, they got so many classics on Super Nintendo, ladies and gentlemen. Final Fight 3, I enjoyed that one. Donkey Kong series, Donkey Kong 1, 2, and 3. To me, they look even better than the current Donkey Kong. The current Donkey Kongs look even worse. They smaller. The ones on Super Nintendo, they zoomed in and they look better. How a Super Nintendo game look better than the higher technology? I don't get that, but hey, it is what it is. And then don't even get me started with Killer Instinct. It couldn't say Ultra all the way, but it was a great game. Ultra, Ultra, Ultra. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Stand up out there, my Super Nintendo fans. Man, great system, ladies and gentlemen. Even Ninja Gaiden Trilogy, I played it back in the day, but never could get it. Now I got me a copy of it. It's a bootleg copy, but I got it. All I wanted was the game. I ain't studying the authenticity. You gonna pay $1,000 for it. Y'all can have that. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, Super Nintendo, great system to have. That's why it's my favorite game system of all time. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that about wraps it up for this rendition of my top 10 favorite video game consoles of all time. Leave comments below, ladies and gentlemen, your top 10 favorite video game consoles of all time. I would really like to know. I know I left out some. Forgive me, this is just my top 10. Who knows? I might do another one where I update it because these consoles are still coming out, although they ain't like they used to be. But that's another story for another time. Like I said, leave comments below, ladies and gentlemen, your top 10 favorite. And thank you guys and girls so much for watching. Stay tuned for more great videos like this on the way. Double Dragon 912 signing out. Peace out.